Hi, Dana. Hi, PK. Hi, Squeakcoat. Nice meeting. It's a reference to Clive Barker. Hey, Lady Sunflower. Been a bit. Hey, Val. Right before going to bed. Oh. Well, don't let me keep you up, Val. I am not worth losing sleep over. Hey, Carol. A good night's sleep is important. Hi, Clearwater. Hey, Ines. Chocolate-covered raisins. Can't sleep. I'm not insomnia and I'm wide awake. I know that feeling. I know that feeling real well. I live that feeling. Listen while dozing off. Fair enough. I do have a knack for putting women to sleep. Same shirt. No. No, this is a different shirt from yesterday. If you mean this is the same shirt from yesterday, then no, it's not. It's showered today and changed my shirt. And, other stuff as well. But the shirt is the only thing you can see. So, it is showered. Do your best. I've been having the toughest time sleeping lately. Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly, insomnia is just a way of life for me. I do wonder if perhaps, it's. I'm okay, Eunice. Yeah, I'm still working, Sally. You're not wrong right now. Yeah, I think my insomnia, because I do suspect I might have ADHD, which means that my brain just is hyperactive. So I don't know if maybe that might be what's going on. I'm not sure if that's actually something that causes insomnia. But it's one of those things that sounds like it should, right? Like, sounds right, doesn't it? Sleep tape? No, never try to sleep tape. Talk to my therapist about it. Yeah. I think I've mentioned that I think I might be ADHD, but also mentioned that not sure I'll ever bother getting tested for it. Because I don't know. It's pricey and tough, and Not sure what good a diagnosis would actually really do me, but I don't know. One of those things I would consider. Close my eyes and relaxing. Nope. Taping your mouth closed so you breathe through your. Oh, no, I have not tried that now. I assume sleep tape would be like something to listen to while you're to fall asleep. Hey, commentary. It is not fucking free, commentary. Hello, but no, it is not free in Canada. Hey, grab legs. Like, I haven't looked into what an ADHD assessment costs. Pretty sure your doctor can recommend it. You need a doctor for that. Function fine with that meds. Yeah, I mean that's sort of that's sort of for me as well, Farrell. Generally, ADHD testing is not fully covered by OHIP. Visiting a general physician. Good fucking luck for that in Ontario. Did walk in for a whole year. Jeez, I know it sucks that that's what you have to. It sucks that that is what you need to do in Canada, especially. I mean, BC is bad too. Yeah, it sucks that that's sort of what you need to do if you want to get any sort of help. Like, it's just the only thing, like the only healthcare available is fucking walk-in clinics. All right, so yeah, going to a clinic. That is something that I will need to consider. Going down the drain with healthcare. Yeah. Hey, Trash Bandy. Because no one's willing to properly invest in it. Is the issue. Like, I don't know what the situation is in BC, but I know here in Ontario, things are getting progressively worse because Doug Ford wants to privatize healthcare here. By private doctors in Canada. It's all it's all covered by I mean, all doctors are receive covered by provincial healthcare plans. We've got the single payer healthcare system. A lot of that does get covered by provincial as well. So yeah, exactly expensive for the private clinics. That said, Ontario is very much, Doug fucking Ford very much wants to move towards private healthcare. He's making a huge push for it. He's deliberately sabotaging OHIP. Like, he's deliberately sabotaging healthcare in Ontario so that he can just use it to justify his push for for private medicine. Private healthcare favors the rich. Exactly. It really does. It favors people who have means. Would your diagnosis be a private or government matter? So, based on a quick look, so I just took a very quick look. It seems like what would happen is I would go to a general practitioner. They would refer me to a psychologist. The visit to the general practitioner would be free. The psychologist would not be. It's one of those things where depending on different factors, depending on a whole bunch of different things, I might be able to get at least some of that covered. Like I might be able to get at least some of the psychologist visit covered. But yeah, mental health care in Canada is not great. They're free to private. Exactly. Basically, yeah, Vanna. Because basically basically almost all. Do you consider autism loss surgery? No. Pretty much all mental health service is basically private. Even physio and chiro are not covered here. Yeah. I'm on disability and they charge me $45 for every chiro visit, which is bullshit. I mean, you're disabled. The chiro visits are, a medical necessity. Like it's bullshit that you have to pay out of pocket for shit that you need. Lobotomy? No, I would not try a lobotomy. Wait, would I be the one getting lobotomized or would I be the one doing the lobotomy? Because, I mean, there are people out there. I wouldn't necessarily I wouldn't necessarily have a problem giving a lobotomy. I wouldn't mind trying a lobotomy on certain individuals. Chiropractors aren't real doctors. For the most part, no. But, they have their places. They have. They can. Hey, Shirley. I feel like chiropractors can be valid for for physiotherapy, for physical therapy. For me, yes, chiropractor would not be particularly useful for me. No cracking. Yes, I don't need a chiropractor. I actually did go to a chiropractor when I was young. My mom used to take me and my brother to a chiropractor when we were younger. No, I didn't. No idea if it actually did anything. Yeah, for most people, chiropractor is useless. But there are people who genuinely benefit from it. Hey, President's Choice. One time I went to a chiropractor and he made an extremely loud grunting noise every time he made an adjustment. I remember seeing a comedian once saying that a really good joke is to go to a chiropractor and when he cracks your neck, go limp and release your bowels. I forget which comedian that was, but he is an old Jewish guy. Ah. Okay. Still, man. What I had for dinner? Leftovers, actually. I had the leftover chicken and potatoes from Sunday at my mom's place that my brother cooked. Live stream. No, live stream a chiropractor visit. No. I'm not sure if chiropractic is covered under my current. I'm not sure if it's something where I get any chiropractor coverage for my current job. So, yeah, definitely not going to do that. Check on. That's going still. Actually, so I was on the phones today and had one call. Is over a half hour long. It could have been like a third that, or possibly even shorter. But it was one of those ladies who just, like one of those people who just never stops talking. And then, like, as soon as I started to try to say something, she would just immediately cut me off. And it's like, lady, I can answer your questions, but you have to let me actually speak for that to happen. And obviously, being who I am, what kind of job is it? It is just work from home customer service. Skincare regime? Nope. Yeah, it's always so frustrating. Okay. No, her name was not Karen. Um, and she didn't ask for a manager, so she did end up whatever. But do you consider seeing a witch doctor? Clearwater, am I content with the night job so far? Yeah. It is what it is thus far. What's the name of a male Karen? I'm not sure. I don't know that that's ever really been decided. Ken? Is it? It's Ken? I would have maybe considered like maybe Brad. Because it's got to be like a really what? Because here's the um Lance. Yeah. It has to be an extreme, like it has to be a really white name. It has to be like sort of like yuppie white. Um, Zach. Bradward. I kind of feel like Bradward. Calvin, Caleb, Nathan. It's Kevin. Yeah, I suppose. But I feel like that one is like I feel like Kevin. Like I feel like they went with that just because it's similar to Karen. Like just because it's two syllables, starts with a K, ends with an N. Yeah, I feel like just because I feel like they went with it just, hey, Karen. Like, I feel like they went with, hey, Socia. I feel like they went with Kevin just because it sounds similar to Karen. Gregory. Thoughts on chocolate milk? I never actually. I used to drink strawberry milk. Braden, I really like. Braden actually works. Braden works for that. Hey, Jeanette, because and hi, Jeanette, because it's like a super white name. And, like, you just get the feeling that anyone named Braden is probably going to be pretty entitled. I will say I'm not entirely a fan, white or milk chocolate. I like some milk chocolate. Like there's some milk chocolate snacks that I enjoy, but like I am not like I don't really like just how much Karen as a meme has sort of become almost meaningless. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, my shifts start. I'm Eastern time zone, so it's like 10 to 3, where I 10 to 3 in the morning right now. So I start at 5:30 in the evening and finish at 2 in the morning. So I just got off less than an hour ago. Anyway, because like, okay, because yeah, I'm not like I have issues with how much, with how almost meaningless Karen has become. Karen is a racial slur for 30 plus white women. I feel like it was in 2016, 2019. So yeah, what Karen came out of was there had been a whole bunch of stories in a fairly short period of time of white women calling the police over black people being black in their vicinity. You know, like there was some white lady who called the cops on a couple of black girls who were running a lemonade stand, and you know, some white lady who called the cops on some black people doing like a cookout, bird watching. Yeah, just a bunch of white ladies who just kept. It's just like this rash of stories that came in a very short time about white women calling police on black people being black in their vicinity. Um, that was sort of where it came from. And then it sort of expanded to cover, yeah, I want to speak to your manager. So Karen sort of became that, like that sort of became what a Karen is. The I want to speak to your manager thing. Which, well, fine, I guess. But like, yeah, that sort of devalued a little bit, but sure, sure. Where's Jenna? In bed, I would imagine. And then but like since then, it's sort of become just white lady I don't like. White lady who says something I don't like. And it's sort of, it's become really devalued and just overused. I think it's funny people dub them Karens, but use the image of Kate Gosselin and her haircut as a Karen thing when I call her Kate. Honestly, because black people decided on Karen is what it comes down to. Some black person called a white lady a Karen, and other black people latched on, and then gay people latched on, and white people latched on. That is how so much of thoughts on hot dogs. Hot dogs are good. That is how so much like modern language develops. You know, starts with black people, gets picked up by gay white people, and then spreads to the rest to other white people. Usually, and in the process, usually loses a whole lot of what it meant. What happened to woke is probably the worst example of that. Yeah, went from being, you know, an awareness of racial awareness of anti-black discrimination to meaning just fucking absolutely nothing at this point. Thoughts on coleslaw? I like some coleslaw. I prefer like the sort of the crunchier coleslaw most of the time. Yeah, it depends. Depends where it's coming from. America's Next Top Model from early 2000s. Tyra Banks is getting called out for body shaming. I mean, I can believe it. And especially on a show for modeling. Yeah. James became a homophobic slur. You wouldn't like it? I mean, no, that would kind of suck, but that would suck. But at the same time, yeah, I wouldn't bitch about it. Hey, Jatavia, have I ever been accused of being heterophobic? Probably. What if the slaw is coming from a hole? My all-time favorite movie, Spirited Away, is my all-time favorite movie. Cook me something to eat? Nope. No Studio Ghibli? Yeah. On a side note, apparently it's International Wild Koala Day. That's what I should have named my stream. Happy International Wild Koala Day. Yeah, I love Studio Ghibli. There's a few Studio Ghibli movies I haven't watched yet. I need to get them. Haven't seen Pon Poco yet. Haven't seen Porco Rosso yet. Hey, Antonietta. Welcome. Ash, hey. I don't know that I ever really enjoyed it. I mean, it's fine. Koala nuggies. I should rewatch a bunch of them. So yeah, the ones I haven't watched yet: Ocean Waves, Pon Poco, and Porco Rosso. And I also have, and My Neighbors the Yamadas, and of course Tales from Earthsea. Have not watched it. Don't think I will be watching that one. But I try koala meat. I mean, sure, why not? Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro. For My Neighbor Totoro, the problem I ran into there might be that it wasn't what I was expecting. Um, I didn't really enjoy it all that much, but I think it may have been that it wasn't what I was expecting. I was sort of used to sort of the more adventures from Ghibli. That one is I mean, part of it is that it's not really. I'm used to Western. I'm used to Western fiction, and Western fiction usually does tend to follow certain rules. There's got to be antagonists, and it's got to be there's certain formulae that thoughts on the British monarchy. Fuck them. Hey, AMC. because Western fiction does tend to follow a certain formula for the most part. Eastern fiction doesn't really follow the same formula. So, hey, Rara. So I think with My Neighbor Totoro, it's that it's was one of the first bits of fiction I'd been exposed to that didn't really fit the formula that I'm used to. So it's like I didn't quite get it at the time. And I was watching with Chantal, who, same thing. She didn't quite get it. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I think to a certain extent, sort of her mood while we were watching it sort of rubbed off on me a little bit. I picked up on her mood, and that sort of affected my own viewing. Not, it's not anything her fault or anything like that. It's just how things work when you're watching something with another person. If I'd originally watched it on my own, it's possible that I might have enjoyed it more. Regardless, I feel like I should rewatch it because I've grown. I've matured since then. I've been exposed to a lot more media. I've read a lot more about that sort of about how different cultural standards, blah blah blah. So it's possible I'd enjoy it more. Anyway, one thing that I absolutely love to do sometime. Like, honestly, like, one thing that I'd really love to do would just be like to just cuddle up with somebody and binge Ghibli. Don't know that it means finding someone to cuddle up with is the problem. Yeah, like that's sort of my dream. With the exception of Earthsea. Don't know that I would ever bother watching Tales from Earthsea because I've heard nothing good about that one. That one I've heard is like legitimately bad. Am I still in dating apps? I mean, I have profiles. I haven't opened them in forever. Hey, Lee Marie. Want to break the 35 watching now thing? Thanks, Lee Marie. Hey, honey bunny. Yeah, I mean it. I feel like one of the most like maybe the thing that says the most about the Tales from Earthsea movie is because it was directed by Goro Miyazaki, the son of Hayao Miyazaki. The dude who did Totoro, Spirited Away, um, Nausicaa, Kiki's Delivery Service. Yeah, so I mean, he's like one of the Princess Mononoke. Like, so yeah, Hayao Miyazaki is like, huge, like major, just genius. So Goro, and so yeah, Tales from Earthsea was directed by his son Goro, and Hayao Miyazaki said, "I was looking at my kid. He's not an adult yet. That is all." Which, ouch! Like that is not a stirring endorsement of that movie. Yeah, that is very much a he's still learning. But then the next movie, on the other hand, the next Ghibli movie after Tales from Earthsea was Ponyo, directed by Hayao Miyazaki, and I didn't particularly care for that one either, to be honest. Visually beautiful, but it's I didn't find it a particularly compelling movie. I like Ponyo. A lot of people did. It just didn't really work for me. Feel like a lemon stealing whore. Hey, Frida. One thing that does bug me about discussion around Studio Ghibli, there's this. It sometimes feels like all the other directors get just sort of like forgotten. People talk about Ghibli and Miyazaki as though they're interchangeable, as though there aren't other people directing for it. It's like, come on. Yeah, one of the most critically acclaimed Ghibli movies. One of the most popular Ghibli movies, Grave of the Fireflies, directed by Isao Takahata, who also did Pompoko, which a lot of people loved. Um, Also did The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, which is the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. Spirited Away is my favorite Studio Ghibli movie, but visually, I think The Tale of the Princess Kaguya even surpasses that one. It is gorgeous. It's one of the most stunning things I've ever watched. Um, and then like Ariete, uh, directed by Hiromasa Yonebayashi, who also did When Marnie Was There, which was pretty good. Whisper of the Heart by Yoshifumi Kondo, which was a really good movie. Oh, it's been a while, Lady Di. I got over 10,000 subscribers a long time ago. It's Mononoke. Yeah, Mononoke is really good as well. I watched that one when I was a teenager. That was my first Ghibli movie. That movie came out in '97, so yeah, I watched that one probably when I was like 13. No, a little older than that. Maybe 15 or 16. Like it would have been probably around 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I think around 14 or 15 that I watched Princess Mononoke. Hey, Ravishing. How's my job? Yeah, it's a job. The movie came out in '97, so I didn't watch it when it first released. It was a couple years later. I was definitely in high school, so I was. Yeah, maybe around 14, 15 sounds about right. Because I know I watched it from with a friend. I think we rented it, or yeah, I'm pretty sure we rented it. Maybe saw it on TV. I'm not sure. So yeah, Mononoke was the first one I watched. The next one I watched after that, I'm pretty sure was Spirited Away, which you know absolutely blew me away. Not, I don't remember when I watched that one. I don't remember when I first watched that one. Favorite item at Timmy's? I like the chocolate donuts, either chocolate dip, chocolate glaze, or double chocolate. Probably the chocolate glaze. Chocolate glazed donut is probably my favorite. Not Boston cream? Nah. Nah, I don't like donuts that have stuff in them. Just not a fan of the cream in those ones because I'm weird. Favorite burger at McDonald's? Double quarter pounder, no cheese. Don't get. I don't. Honestly, living here, I don't think I'll be eating McDonald's very often. Hey, Kelly. I doubt I'll be eating McDonald's very often. Living here, just because I'd kind of rather not order. And I mean, by the time I get off work, too late to order out. Why no cheese on burgers? I don't know, President Choice. I just never liked it. I just never liked cheese on my burgers. Yeah, that's one sort of convenient thing about working until 2 in the morning. By the time I get off work, it's impossible to order because everywhere is closed. Truthfully, there probably are some restaurants I could just like call in orders to at 2 in the morning, but nah. There actually is a I like cheese in my burgers. There actually is a pizza place that is open until 2 a.m. So there's a pizza place that I probably could call it like two in the at call it you know, arrange to have it there by the time I get off work, but be cutting it close. Wouldn't really want to do that, you know. Apparently, Domino's is open until 4 a.m. Holy shit! But I have a weird dish dash. I don't even know what that is. My favorite McDonald's burger? Yeah, double quarter pounder meal with no cheese. Was curious if there was any pizza, if there were any restaurants, 24-hour restaurants in Cornwall. Doesn't seem that way. What sauce pizza is better than red? I don't know. I've only really had those on donuts. I've only had a few. There's only a few types of donuts that I like, but donuts are good. White sauce pizza is better than red. I don't think I've ever had white sauce pizza. I don't know what a dish dasha is. Oh, and thanks, Amanda. Just like Alfredo pizza, I dip it in marinara. I just like regular pizza. Yeah, I just like pizza. Just plain old pizza. Nothing fancy. Just dough, tomato sauce, cheese, and then some basic toppings. What's for dinner? Your dad's jizz. Hey, Zach. Sardines? No. Google dish dasha? No, I don't think I can. I don't think I will. President's choice. Hey, Beverly. No, I'm craving pizza. Hey, melancholy. I've never had sardines. I don't like seafood though. I'm just not a fan of fish, so I don't think I would enjoy sardines. How do I acquire your father's semen? Ask your mom. Um. Anyway, that's on semen retention. Sardines just always make me think of that episode of Futurama. Color purple. That's on Pop Tarts. Never had them. Never wanted them. Time do I sleep? I sleep when I'm dead. And I usually around like 5 or 6 in the morning I go to bed. Belgian waffles. Never had a Belgian waffle. I tried to go. No, no, President Trust. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It must have gone. It must have gone thrown out a long time ago. My Steam wish list. No, I can mention a few things that are on there. I'm not going to show my Steam wish list, but I can mention a few things I've got on there. Our Life Now and Forever, the upcoming sequel to Our Life Beginnings and Always. Game dev story, Legend of Homebody, bunch of the Final Fantasy games I've got on there. Game Dev Tycoon, which is a sequel to a game that I played. It's a sequel. So yeah, there's a game called Emily is Away, which is sort of set in like it's a really fun game. A really cool, really good game. Interactive story. Set in like sort of like the days of AIM. So like so early social, like early internet type of thing with Windows XP and AIM Instant Messenger. So a bit of a so yeah, Emily is away. It's a game. Uh, I think I remember one or two. I think I remember one or two of them, Vanna, but I'm not saying them. So it's a really fun, like it's a really cute game uh, that came out back in 2015. I guess in 2021 they released a sequel set in 2008, the days of Facebook. So yeah, that one's on my wish list. Um, Kaichu, the Kaiju dating sim. Airborne Kingdom. That I don't know that I'll ever bother playing that one. Kingdom of Castles. Streamer Daily, which just seems like it's something I should play. Henchman Story. I do have Unpacking on my wish list. Not sure that I'll ever actually get it, but it's on my wish list. We'll see. Got Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition. Again, not sure if I'll ever get it. One game that looks YouTuber's Life. Got Life is Strange on there. The Life is Strange games on my wish list. One game that I've got on my wish list, it's an upcoming game that actually looks pretty cool. Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. Which, like, just based on the name, just like the fact that it's role-playing musical, how can that not appeal to you, right? I would play that. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty interesting, honestly. It's got like a really like it's got a surprisingly House Party is not on my wish list. Yeah, just like as far as the cast goes, Laura Bailey, Troy Baker, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, Carrie Payton, Felicia Day. A lot of these people I haven't actually heard of. Erica Ishii, Ashley Johnson, Lauren Spencer, Kimberly Brooks, who I really liked. Who I liked in as Ashley Williams in the Mass Effect games. Anthony Rapp from Star Trek Discovery. It's being directed by David Gator, who did Dragon Age Inquisition and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. He's writer on a bunch of the Dragon Age stuff. So yeah, it's just got like this really cool cast and this really cool premise. Last time I orgasmed, ask your mom. Yeah, the story. Gods, romance, murder, musical numbers? Play as Grace in a world where Greek gods live in hiding among us. Change your fate as you draw friends, foes, and lovers into song using your powers of musical persuasion to unravel the mystery of the last muse's death. Yeah, that's a pretty cool. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting premise. Like it's sort of looks like it's got a sort of visual novel, but it looks like it's sort of mostly visual novel, but a little bit more animated. Yeah, honestly, it just seems like it seems really interesting. Comes out in August, so it's a few months away. Did I freeze the Kumis? So, I don't know. Yeah, it's one that I want to check out, or one that I at least probably want to check out. Worst customer service story? I mean, that's hard to say. Honestly, like most stuff, I don't really remember. Um, actually, no. The worst, like the one that made me feel worst. This woman was calling. It was fairly late at night. This woman was calling in with like questions about her bill or something like that. Um, and then at some point, her husband came home and seemed to be upset. And I just heard her trying to reassure him, "No, I'm just talking to AT&T. I'm just talking to AT&T." And she's like, "I have to go," and she hung up. And it made me feel like shit because it sounded like because genuinely, it sounded to me like I was about to hear like that I was present at the start of a domestic abuse situation. Like it honestly sounded to me like there was some domestic abuse going on. But I mean, not much I could do about it. Longest and least compelling customer service story? I don't know. The truth is, I don't really remember most of my customer service experiences. Like, I don't really bother remembering most of the calls. What do I care? You know, like as soon as they're off the call, I'm done. My shift is done. Like as soon as they're off the call, I'm done. I'm on to the next customer. They're not my problem anymore. Why did I call the police? I mean, yeah, I just didn't care enough to remember any of them. Call the police on every customer just to be safe. Litmus paper to test my water? No. What makes me happiest? Banging your mom. I'm sorry, man. That's obligatory. But I don't know. I don't really know what makes me happy. And most times I don't even know what happiness looks like. Ponies? Oh. If you could send any subscriber of yours to prison, who would I pick? Thanks, Amanda. I wouldn't send any of my subscribers to prison because then they couldn't watch me, and I would no longer, and I wouldn't be making money off them anymore. Or I suppose most of my subscribers don't actually watch. I only get a couple, I only get a few hundred views per video, so most of my subscribers aren't watching. So what do I care? Any of the ones who don't watch me, any of the ones who don't watch me, fuck it, send them to prison. I don't care. They're if they're not watching me, they're dead to me. I don't know. I don't know who's not watching me. What do I care about who's not watching me? What do I care about people who aren't watching me? They're everyone's out there. No, I'm looking through, looking around on Steam, Steam wish list or Steam discovery queue. Longest span of time I've spent watching porn. No, hour. That means like. I like a lot of indie stuff. A lot of indie rock and shit. Favorite song. My favorite songs are "Fine on the Outside" by Priscilla On, "Down in the Canyon" by the Heartless Bastards, and "The Loneliest Girl" by from the Carol and Tuesday soundtrack. Hey, Serial. 24-hour Jackathon. Disturbed? No, I never liked Disturbed. I never really liked the bands who like yell, who scream or growl. Like I don't know. I've never really liked bands that are like really where the vocalist is really hard to understand. I've never really been a fan of metal for the most part. The Killers. There are a couple of songs I like by the Killers. There are some of their songs that I like. Not a lot, but a few. Hey, Polly. I like that this river is wild. Godspeed, you boy. Bad ideas. Oh, for favorite song? No. I don't have a favorite slur. Goat speed you, white emperor. All time favorite food? I don't know. I just like meat and potatoes kind of guy. Steak, hamburgers, young Kim Petras. Okay. Roast beef. Really like roast beef. Roast beef is really good. Yeah, I really am just a meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes kind of guy. Meatloaf, yeah, I like meatloaf. Okay, like my thought is that I knew someone was going to go there because my chat is as predictable as I am. Lab produced meat. I think that lab produced meat. I haven't had. I don't. As far as I know, I've never had any myself. But honestly, I hope it does become the way of the future. Like I hope that lab produced meat does become commonplace. So that so that we can reduce our need for cattle because cattle are a big pretty big contributor to greenhouse gases and global warming. And from what I understand, it's actually gotten to the point, like it's gotten to the point, I think, where you can't even tell it apart from real meat, from real beef. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure it's gotten to the point where lab produced meat tastes basically identical to the real thing. So yeah. I suspect at this point it's just a matter of economy of scale. Lab produced human experience. Just curious what the. Yeah, I mean, just taking a look at it, I think the impression I get is that the biggest issue facing it right now is just economy of scale thing deal, and just being able to grow it uh, in the amounts necessary for for it to make a difference in the market. Uh, Thoughts on the monkey surrogate experience? Oh yeah, that one. That one was fucked up. That was fucked up shit. Thoughts on Russia accusing Ukraine of planning to assassinate Putin? I mean, I think that Ukraine probably has definitely considered it, has definitely tried to come up with ways of doing it, and I can't blame them for it at all. You know, like it's one of those things where it's like Ukraine wants to assassinate Putin. Yeah, no shit. Frankly, I suspect a lot of people around the world would like to see Putin assassinated. My mother was made of cloth, and I turned out just fine. You know, Putin is a legitimate threat to world peace, and especially a legitimate threat to the fucking country he's invading. So yeah, no shit they want to assassinate him. He's trying to assassinate like what? They don't think that he's trying to assassinate Zelensky? Fuck off. Like anyone who's in there like, oh, Putin will, you know, like anyone who doesn't think Putin wants to assassinate Zelensky is just fucking lying. How many people has Putin already assassinated? Like, come on, fuck off. Live by the radiation poisoning murder? What if Putin just resigned? Good. That's the most fucked up. I still think that one of the most fucked up things about Putin is just the time he straight up stole a Super Bowl ring. It was versus Putin or Kim Jong Un. I would have to say Putin, honestly, because he has started a war. You know, he invaded another country, and they're like that's at least Kim Jong Un's monstrosity is kept is contained. Who looks better in a V-neck? I mean, fine. I suppose Putin would pull off a V-neck better than Kim. Actually, aren't there rumors that Kim Jong Un's sister might take over soon? Isn't that kind of a rumor that's been going around lately? That so I'm just taking a look through here. Maybe not. I think I've heard some rumors that supposedly the rumors are that Kim Jong Un's health isn't great, and that if anything happens, then that his sister, might replace him. Which, yeah, a woman as a tyrant, hooray! What about Bashir al-Assad? Yeah, he sucks. Women are so emotional and unpredictable. She may not be a good leader. I mean, what I would argue is that emotion is a key aspect of decision making. Emotion adds context to the decisions. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Sure, she'll do a great job. Yeah, yeah. Truthfully, I think the big thing to be concerned about with what was her name, Kim Yo Jung. I think it was Kim Yo Jung, if my memory serves correctly. But I think the thing to worry about with her would actually be, as a woman, would she feel a need to be more aggressive? Yeah, Kim Yo Jong. Like, would she? Why is everyone in their family name? Because it's the family name, crab legs. Because that's their family name. Hey, Claire Bear. Put a notch in my eyebrow. I don't know what that means. Microchip? No. Yeah, because like the family first. Well, I mean, like in most of Asia, family name comes first, and then given name. Can you shave just a bit, literally, not yet? Don't think I would do that. Yeah, because I mean, like, because she's a woman, she would probably be worried about being seen, perceived as weaker, um, because women are generally perceived as weaker. So there would be a risk that she would be even more militant than her brother or her father. So that would be the big concern with Kim Yo Jong taking over. What was the movie they made fun of him? Um, oh, The Interview? Yeah, I think it was The Interview. My husband's name is James, and my son's. Isn't that bullying? That's cool. That's cool, Claire. Isn't that bullying? I mean, like, he's a dictator. It's okay to bully politicians. It's okay to bully heads of state. They have enough power. Like, they have power. That's a probably not, you know, dangerous to bully dictators. They don't always take it well. I do not like dictators, Grapegoat. I just want to state for the record, I do not approve of dictators. Leave my eye in the socket. My eye popping out of my socket is one of the things that I'm terrified of. Like, that is like a genuine phobia of mine. It's just like my eye coming out of my socket terrifies me. Anything happening to my eye, like any sort of eye optical damage, terrifies me. No. I mean, I would never, I wouldn't, I have no idea if it's a talent I have because I would never try that. That, like, no, oh, no, no. Yeah, we got to change topic. We got to change topic because that's like, I'm getting grossed out here. I'm getting creeped out. Well, no, don't do that. No, let's stop talking about eyeballs. Freaking jerk! Stop talking about eyeballs. Rubber toys, they look like diaphragm prophylactics. You turn them inside out and they pop into the air. Sort of? Maybe? Yeah, sort of, I think. Thanks, Honey Bunny. Put one over my eye and tugged on the eyeball itself. I still have problems with the eye. Were you at least a child when you did it? Like, were you at least young when you did it? Had a perfect black circle of a black bruise around the eye? Well, at least it made you look badass, I guess. People are like, what happened? What happened to your face? You'd be like, you should see the other guy. And the other guy is a fucking rubber ball. You were in fourth grade? All right. It's almost 4 a.m. for me. I think I'm actually going to end the stream here. I think I'm going to call it an evening. I will presumably be back tomorrow. Probably. And, so yeah. Good night, everybody.